Alright, so I'm out in the mess that is the garage, and we're gonna kind of try to vlog cleaning this up, although I've already spent about an hour out here tonight, and this is the first I've touched the camera, so we'll see how this goes. So, out here, I've got a ton of stuff. Some stuff that I want to keep, some stuff I don't, and also a lot of stuff that there's just not really a way to get rid of, because it is supposed to be recycled, but there's nowhere around here to recycle it, or I don't have a truck to get it to somewhere to recycle, and just end up putting it out on the street and hoping that a scrapper will come along and grab it with their truck, and then you don't have to worry about it. So this is kind of the corner that I'm working on right now. I don't think I can zoom out, can I? No, I cannot. So we're gonna take this rack down, and then we're gonna build workbench in this corner in the L that will kind of go back. The dryer needs to get out of here. That one still works, so I'm gonna move that on, but need to clear this corner out, and then over with my regular workbench that exists now. That's going to get replaced because it's just way too small. It's 24 inches deep, or no, it's 20 inches deep. I'm going to go with, I've got some extra 24-inch plywood laying around, so we're going to go to 24. That'll allow me to put like my table saw and stuff underneath it too, so that'll help out. And I'm already going to tell you, I can guarantee people will be saying in the comments that I don't know what I'm doing and I have no business building this and yada, yada, yada. And here's the thing you have to remember. No matter how much New Yankee Workshop I watch, no matter how many YouTube videos I watch on how to properly build something, when I actually start trying to do that, all of that is out the window, and I build the same way that I did when I was 10. No matter, and especially like with miters, like I will put these two like just butt joint together because I have no idea how to cut a 45 in one of these. None whatsoever. And even if I did figure out how to, even with the fence on my table saw, by the time I get 5 inches into that board, the gap with that fence is widening and widening and widening, and no matter how hard I am pushing against that fence or how lightly I'm pushing against that fence, I cannot make a straight cut even with a fence. So it stays as simple as it can. I've always said I'd be a great builder if I could ever figure out why I can measure something 3 times, mark it once, double check it, account for the width of the saw blade, and still be 1/8 of an inch off on the cut. I will never figure it out. So we're gonna get this down and we're gonna get started. First thing is decide if I want to keep, I kind of want to keep it this height. This is more of a standing bench. I don't really like sit when I'm out here. This is at 45 for the deck. This is pretty good. I could also add like a stool out here to sit and be about this height. So I think we're gonna keep the bench height at 45. My sitting workbench is in the basement. So next steps, get this out and then get the crap off the floor and keep her rolling. All right, so we've got the first table in. So we're sitting 45 up, about height, same height as that one. I'm gonna, after this bench comes down, then I'll extend this one. So it'll end up going all the way over. I'd love to have somewhere to put all that stuff. That's actually a Denver mattress bed that I've had since like 2005. It's a really nice mattress. I used it less than 10 years. I really don't want to get rid of it. What I need to do is take that in the house and then throw out the crappy mattress that one of the kids has. But that's the other corner of the garage. So where I'm at now, I've got one of my plywood sheets on here just for like measuring, and this corner is actually way more square than I expected it to be. So that's cool. I found studs, one of the nice things of paneling. So I've learned, see if I can find one of the, there's a couple holes around, yeah, here's one. So this is actually panel covered drywall, which is kind of frightening that it's just nailed up, because it's actually like 1/2 inch drywall, probably 3/8 drywall that's got paneling on one side. So it's kind of freaky that it's just nailed to the studs, but they're easy to find, the studs. So I've got her good and secured there, and then we're secured down here. So I'm gonna put a shelf down on the bottom when it's all done so I can store stuff and try to actually keep the garage somewhat clean and usable. Part of the reason for doing this is because like the car barely comes up to that floor drain out there. So there's a ton of room in here, and it'll be really nice to have this corner to where I can work out here even with the car in. So it's 7:15. I'm going to take a break for tonight. So I need to move the dryer. I've got 8 feet to the filing cabinets, so that'll be good. And then we'll put our return on, and then we start like building it out. I haven't decided where I want to put the TV. Ideally like over there, but that means cleaning all that crap out, so I don't know. I bought a pair of 32-inch monitors from Target for like $50 on clearance. So one will go over here. That's part of the reason for making this an L the way that I am, because like 2 feet, come on. It's like 2 feet out. Will come to like right here, so that's plenty of space to throw the monitor in the corner, because it hurts my neck to look up at that TV. So pretty happy with that. Probably add another here, because again, why would I think, oh yeah, I need to make sure to measure so that this straddles the, you know, why would I think of that? Like, I swear my head just becomes an entirely black hole when I try to do this stuff, and just like, it's just autopilot and none of that ever comes into it. But one thing that I will say is that we are about 97% level, more than good enough for me. And going this way, yeah, we're spot on. So I'm happy with that. And train's moving again. It's probably as annoying for you as it is for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a break and be back. Okay, well, it's the same night. I really should be in bed about right now, but you know what? I tend to make poor decisions. So I went ahead and finished the first bench, or the main bench, I guess. So we are up and done and ready for the top. And then I'm kind of looking at materials for the shelf. So what I'm going to do is, and I know that looks unlevel, but the level says it's fine. And it looks fine on the eye, it just doesn't look fine on the camera. Anyway, I didn't want to build it freestanding like this one, because, I mean, it's not like going anywhere, but it's not as solid as this one is. So I'm gonna have 2 shelves. The upper shelf will sit on the concrete rail, and then I'll have a 2x4 across the front. That'll have the bigger stuff like the saws and such on it, and then I'll do a lower shelf similar to what's over here. And then I need to, when I have some money, I need to pick up some 12 gauge wire. I only spent 40 bucks in 2x4s for all of this. My 12 gauge wire is going to be probably like, I don't even know anymore, 150, 200, something like that. Because in the garage, there's only one 15 amp circuit. I have the refrigerator on it. Now, this has not been a problem because all of my equipment is battery. I actually was able to get my hands on a flex volt table saw, and I have a 20 volt miter saw. So I don't really do anything high current out here. So it's not been something that has been a immediate priority. That computer draws like 30 watts. It really is nothing more than the fridge that's out here. But I would like to still have a couple extra circuits. That way, if I want to run something with a higher current draw, then I can without any issue. So what I'm gonna do is just get some conduit and just come out of the ceiling. Although looking in the one hole, there's no insulation in that bay. I highly doubt the garage is uninsulated because it really doesn't get below 40 out here, no matter how cold it gets outside. So I don't think the garage is uninsulated. So tomorrow, we're gonna get our top bench on, and then we'll start moving stuff. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Actually, I think my tough system should just slide right under there. It'll be close enough. That'll be nice. And it's just going through and clearing stuff out. This really needs to happen tomorrow because for whatever cruel reason, the state of Indiana has decided that we're under a snow advisory tomorrow night. And it's supposed to go from 61 today to 31 tomorrow with up to an inch of snow. And if you're familiar with how snow in the Midwest works, that 1 inch of snow this time of year will be very wet, very slick, and it won't stick around long, but while it is here, it will be a giant and very slippery pain in the butt just because the ground isn't frozen yet, and it's, yeah, that's just that fun winter in fall or whatever Indiana calls itself. So that's where I'm going to leave it tonight. We'll pick it up tomorrow. All right, so today did not go as I planned. I had a really tiring day at work and didn't get as much done out here as I would like, but I did get my main goal accomplished, which was to get the car in the garage. They are predicting a horrifying 0.13 inches of snow tomorrow, and a lot of people are freaking out. I'm not concerned about that, but I do leave at 5:30 a.m. for work, and I would rather not have to deal with 31-degree weather. I would rather pull out of the garage where I already have some heat and the windows aren't iced over. So it's much, much preferred. And I've also found that repairs are much lower if I keep it in the garage in Indiana winters. So this is where I did get to for today. This is a couple hours worth of work. So I decided not to put a shelf on this side because it's really handy for storing my saw stands, my tough system pack out. So I got rooms over there to store something else, don't know what yet. Table saw and miter saw are nicely tucked away on this side. Of course, we have our bench top all set up. So that is all good to go. And like I said, even with the car in here, I've got a lot of room to maneuver and a lot of room to work. So Let's see, that tote needs to go to the basement. The capsule machine needs to go to the basement. That bed needs to go in the house, which means I got to clean out a kid's room to do the bed swap. There's just a lot of stuff over here that needs to be either thrown away or donated. But I get that all cleaned out to where it's just the grill, or I can even put the grill up here. Then I've got a real easy walk space, so doing pretty good there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video because it's getting kind of long. Then I'll just pop in another video when I get back working on this, because that kid bedroom is gonna be fun. Although the bulldozer down there makes quick work of it, and is also a great reminder that if your stuff's not put away, I will put it away in the bulldozer. So good motivation, and maybe one day they'll actually listen to it. So once this workbench gets cleaned off and I get everything moved out, then I'm gonna put another matching workbench and we'll have it just run all the way down. So I will have plenty of storage, and that will help out tremendously for keeping this clean and for keeping projects moving. So on this one, I will probably just go ahead and run the shelf all the way down. That way I have more storage for smaller stuff. And then I've got the floor storage as well. So I'm pretty happy with how it is so far. So thanks for hanging out, and we will catch you next time.